Tactical and strategy RPGs are set for an exciting year, with developers preparing new adventures that blend thoughtful decision-making, character progression, and challenging battles. Let's have a look at these promising tactical and strategy RPGs coming in 2026.
The Xenos descend upon our world.
Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate Deathwatch is a turn-based tactical RPG where players command the Deathwatch against Genestealer, Hive Cults, Orcs, Tau, Chaos Forces, and other enemies across the Tyrian Expanse. Players recruit and customize specialists using different classes, weapons, abilities, and chapters to create squads for each mission. Combat relies on positioning, timing, terrain, and squad coordination. Vehicles such as the Redemptor Dreadnought and Lehman Russ tank add more tactical options in battle.
For the enemies of the Imperium, there is only death. They scatter before the fury of the Deathwatch.
Star Wars Zero Company is a single-player turn-based tactics game set during the final years of the Clone Wars. Players take command of Hawks, a former Republic officer leading Zero Company, a squad made up of hired specialists from across the galaxy. Missions revolve around directing this elite team against a growing threat, while managing a group of allies with different backgrounds and interests. Tactical squad control and careful planning play a central role in combat encounters.
Fought in the shadows. The war beneath the war. A war that's won with the right strategy. Surveillance, ciphers, good old-fashioned sabotage. These aren't the heroes they tell stories about. They're professionals. Setting aside their differences to take on the impossible. But that's the job, and they get it done.
She deserves the peace of death.
Holy Mother.
Solasta II is a turn-based tactical RPG based on the SRD 5.2 rule set. Players create a party of 4 adventurers and guide them across the continent of Neokos while facing the threat of the Shadwin. Combat uses tabletop-inspired mechanics that include spells, sneak attacks, and other class abilities determined through dice-based systems. Players can travel across different areas, uncover parts of the map, and make decisions that influence how events unfold.
Emporium of everything, travelers.
Whenever you're ready, let's hit the road.
Well met, newcomers. Harold Strongarm at your service.
Can we take 5?
Let's see what we have here.
yourselves. You cannot stop me. We finally meet.
Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era is a turn-based strategy game where players lead one of 6 factions, build cities, recruit armies, and command heroes across fantasy maps. Heroes gain skills, spells, and bonuses that affect both battles and empire management. Combat takes place on tactical battlefields, where units, magic, artifacts, and special abilities work together to create different strategies. Players can also take part in a narrative campaign, skirmishes, and multiplayer matches. Warhammer 40,000. Dark Heresy is a party-based CRPG where players serve the Inquisition and investigate heresy across the Calixis sector. Gameplay involves gathering evidence, interrogating suspects, uncovering conspiracies, and making decisions that affect events and characters. Players build a warband from companions with different backgrounds and abilities, including both Imperial allies and Xenos mercenaries. Combat uses a turn-based system where targeting enemy weaknesses and managing squad morale are key parts of each battle.
Endure. Challenge thy faithful to go beyond our limits in pursuit of thy will. Impel us through the inferno that cleanses and shapes us, and armor our thought against all that is foul and vile to humanity. Let us not rest in false pretense of righteousness, for duty ends only in death. We will smite humanity's foes in exaltation of thee, seeking ever-elusive redemption for innocence.
Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is a turn-based tactical RPG set in the Fodlan universe. The story revolves around the Heroic Games, a gladiatorial tournament hosted by the Divine Sovereign with a reward for its victors. Combat includes strategic battles and appears to bring back mechanics such as gambits while removing emblem rings. Footage also suggests changes to the class system, allowing more classes to be used by both male and female units.
Have begun!
I only want to fight so I can save my father's life.
What I seek is a great strength. An unyielding strength for any foe. Sheer strength to uphold the faith I hold dear. Above all, I need the strength to lead my people. Strength enough for a queen!
It is imperative that I face it again. I must cull it with this blade. My full strength.
There's a man I hate so much that simply killing him will not satisfy me. For that reason, I refuse to die.
I won't let you hurt her! And now warm blood is served in a crude cup.
You think I'd let you deny me my feelings?
I refuse to accept defeat. Not now!
For those who stand upon the final stage, I shall grant whatever wish you may desire. So say I, the Divine Sovereign, that I vow to you.
The years were long, weren't they? Have you forgotten me so soon?
Stardust Wish of Witch is a turn-based tactical RPG presented in pixel art. The story revolves around Star, a warrior, and you, a mage, as they search for the truth behind a wish-granting star. Combat builds on traditional tactical battles with a card system that adds additional options and variables during encounters. Players can use counters, combos, and ultimate skills while forming a party of companions with their own stories and roles in battle.
당신을 지켜보겠습니다. 별의 먼지가 여기까지 오다니 나에게 용건이 있는 거지? 받아라! 이걸로 마무리! 받아! 덮치세요! 더 빠른 것! 이때다! 아래! 꽃잎처럼 흩날려라! 종들을 압도해라! 죽음을 피할 수 없다. 사라져라! 절대 쓰러지지 않겠다! 죽음의 땅이여 이제부터 주다!
Atre Dominance Wars is a fantasy strategy game that combines kingdom building, turn-based tactical combat, and magical powers. Players take the role of an elder, expanding settlements, upgrading cities, researching spells, forging artifacts, and leading armies through heroes called avatars. Battles and empire growth are tied to progression toward godhood, unlocking powerful spells that can alter the map itself. The game also features world events, unit mutations, and a changing realm threatened by a cataclysm known as the Merge. Heroes of Science and Fiction is a turn-based strategy game set in a distant star system contested by several spacefaring civilizations. Players gather resources, develop bases, recruit armies, and lead commanders across planetary maps. Each faction has unique units, abilities, and commanders that can gain skills and use equipment and artifacts. Battles take place in turn-based encounters where unit positioning, special abilities, and tactical decisions determine the outcome against rival factions and hostile forces. Warhammer 40,000, Mechanicus II puts players in command of either the Adeptus Mechanicus or the Necrons during a war for control of a world. Each faction uses different units, abilities, and battlefield tools, including cover systems and destructible terrain. Beyond combat, players capture and defend regions, manage resources, and organize garrisons across their territory. Leaders can be upgraded and customized, while campaign decisions influence how events unfold and determine the outcome of the conflict.
Ready to march. I am accompanied by a retinue.
Target acquired. Execution doctrines in effect.
All specialists, negate, disassemble, destroy. All worthy of my trust.
This conflict is opportunity.
Such base and benighted creatures.
Purge the faithless!
They see in us the face of death. Let us become death and scour them from this place.
We must claim what is ours from this colonizing foe. You find yourself in a complex situation, kin of the Votan.
I will not permit any foe to scurry in Kivroth's shadows.
The kin have their own objectives, Megastones.
It is a mercy they do not understand the hopelessness of their fight. It is the only mercy they shall receive.
By the ancients of Mars, by the machine god and the motive force, no logic shall permit the survival of the foe.
By all means, Faustinius, try to destroy me. Here, my history begins a new chapter, and yours comes to its end. From the nightmares of the Great Sleep.
Pathbreakers Roaming Blades puts players in charge of a mercenary company traveling across the storm-tossed Isle. Managing the group involves hiring recruits, developing classes and skills, maintaining supplies, and earning income through contracts, trading, looting, and dungeon expeditions. Battles use a hex grid system where up to 8 units face enemies with different abilities and weaknesses. The procedurally generated world, branching events, and multiple company reputations create different opportunities and outcomes throughout each campaign. Heroes Hour 2 combines empire building, hero progression, and large-scale army management across procedurally generated maps. Players expand their territory by capturing cities, securing resources, constructing buildings, and recruiting units from different factions. Heroes lead armies while developing unique skills and using equipment that can alter battlefield performance. Battles play out automatically, with unit combinations, spells, artifacts, and faction abilities, creating different strategies and outcomes as rival powers compete for control. Cosmos Point has players manage a squad operating in a dangerous sector filled with hostile forces and abandoned ships. Equipment plays a major role, with weapons, armor, ammunition, grenades, backpacks, and other devices affecting how missions unfold. Resources recovered from operations are used to expand a space station, unlock new locations, and craft useful items. Losing a squad member can also mean losing valuable equipment carried into the field. Space Scum revolves around managing a mercenary company across procedurally generated planets filled with different factions, missions, and threats. Squad members gain experience, develop skills, and can be equipped with a wide range of weapons, shields, hacking tools, and other gear. Fallen mercenaries are lost permanently, making recruitment and long-term planning important parts of progression. Rewards earned from missions can be used to hire new members, improve equipment, and strengthen the company. Shardpunk 2 combines squad management, resource gathering, and base development in a post-apocalyptic setting. A human outpost must send teams into the ruins of the capital to recover materials, complete directives, and secure supplies needed for survival. Soldiers can be developed through classes, skills, traits, and equipment, while new technologies unlock additional options. Success depends on balancing dangerous expeditions with the expansion and maintenance of the outpost.
A child of collapse and hope. Crystals fuel our weapons, our cities, our hearts. Yet in the ruins of the capital, something stirs. The motherland fears no shadow. But the shadow seems to be watching us.
The Way of Wrath has players take the role of a Bronze Age warchief trying to prepare a tribe for an enemy assault arriving in 10 days. Survival depends on managing resources, crafting equipment, establishing laws, resolving disputes, and directing the tribe's activities. Character progression uses a classless skill system that allows different approaches to challenges. Combat can be played in real time, with pause or through tactical encounters, with preparation, scouting, traps, and limited resources playing important roles. Wardrum combines tactical battles with rhythm-based mechanics as a tribal warband fights across a fantasy world affected by corrupting magic. Abilities become more effective when actions are performed in time with the beat, adding an extra layer to positioning, traps, and battlefield tactics. Warriors can be customized through different abilities, trinkets, and progression paths. Each run features changing encounters, enemies, environmental hazards, and bosses, while repeated attempts unlock new upgrades and strategies. Brigandine Abyss revolves around competing nations struggling for control of the continent of Meltatia following the return of the Abyss Loa Empire. Players choose from multiple factions and strengthen their forces during organization phases by improving troops and managing available resources. Expansion comes through invasions of neighboring territories, which can provide additional resources and personnel. MEMOLITH Forsaken by Light takes place in the ruined city of Remor, where small expeditions venture into monster-filled districts to rescue survivors and recover fragments of the shattered MEMOLITH. Only 3 characters can be deployed at a time, making team composition and tactical planning especially important. Progression comes from collecting MEMOLITH fragments that grant new abilities, alongside weapons crafted by the blacksmith. Expeditions must also manage willpower while pushing deeper into dangerous areas. Vultures, Scavengers of Death revolves around missions into a quarantined city, overrun by infected creatures in search of materials and clues related to a cure. Operatives Leopoldo and Amber each bring different tools and movement options that can be used to navigate environments and control encounters. Ammunition, medical supplies, and other resources are limited, making careful planning important. Items recovered during missions can be traded for weapon upgrades, equipment, and additional gear. Stellar Tactics combines squad management, starship customization, and large-scale space travel across a galaxy containing thousands of star systems. A crew of mercenaries can take on missions, hunt bounties, mine resources, trade commodities, board hostile ships, or investigate the spread of a mutating disease. Character progression uses a classless system with hundreds of perks, allowing flexible specialization. Equipment, weapons, ships, and crafted items all play a major role in shaping the crew's capabilities. Xenonauts II revolves around directing a covert military organization tasked with resisting an alien invasion on a global scale. Managing multiple bases, research projects, aircraft squadrons, and soldier training is essential to keeping pace with a technologically superior enemy. Recovering alien technology unlocks new weapons, vehicles, armor, and equipment for future operations. Ground missions, air interceptions, and strategic decisions are closely connected with losses, resource limitations, and long-term planning, shaping the course of each campaign. Aether Iron takes place in an alternate 1930s New York, transformed by anti-gravity technology. The story centers on a smuggler navigating criminal networks, political struggles, and social divisions, while building a crew of companions with their own abilities and storylines. Progression involves improving talents that affect both combat and dialogue outcomes. Aether-powered vehicles play a major role, with upgrades and customization unlocking new options during tactical encounters and missions across the city.
A lot of runaways think the life of an Aetherneer is easier than what they have up here.
The Civil War has some of them playing mercenary. We call them Grey Caps. The Finks are selling their Aether guns in Dreamland. We need to see who's buying.
Your insurrection ends for a better, peaceful tomorrow. For all of New York!
Remember, act like a bloodthirsty sadist who wrecks everything around you. Basically, just be 8-shot.
It took me a while to figure out that the sound was coming out of his butt, you know, I don't know, and
Mewgenics combines tactical adventures with a long-term breeding system where cats can be trained, equipped, and sent on dangerous missions. Each expedition rewards resources, items, and opportunities to strengthen future generations through inherited traits and mutations. Team building draws from multiple classes, hundreds of abilities, and a large collection of equipment that can create different strategies. Injuries, experience, and genetic characteristics carry across generations, making long-term planning an important part of progression.
Love to play. Just collect the good ones, throw the rest away, I understand how hard it sounds, judge me if you may. Cat's just the future, boy. Science is the way, Well, take a cat, rub it on a cat, then that cat gets all fat. Got to show what's up with that. Mewgenics. I'm Mewgenics.
MENACE has players lead a strike force operating across a frontier star system threatened by an unknown enemy. Missions span multiple worlds and can branch into different objectives, with decisions affecting local factions and future opportunities. Infantry, tanks, walkers, and squad leaders can be trained, equipped, and customized using resources, black market gear, and battlefield rewards. A mobile headquarters also serves as a base for upgrades, planning, and support between operations.
And have never come here! Gate Ripper!
Our word was true.